Okay, well, we don't have sod installed yet. Don't have the lawn sprinkler system installed yet. Back here somewhere, usually, is where you're going to find the lawn sprinkler weather sensor. You're going to have rain gutters around a lot of these areas, okay? These areas look pretty standard, nothing special. We got a slab foundation. We've got a parge coat around there. Parge coat is like a cake frosting. Just because the parge coat's cracked doesn't mean your foundation's cracked. And just because it's not cracked doesn't mean it's not cracked. And after a while, the parge coat will separate a little bit because they're different materials. And after a while, then the termites can use the parge coat to come up into your home unprotected. Okay? It's over 95 degrees today. We're not going to find termites. The house isn't a year old. The house is new. We're just not going to find termites. It's too new. They haven't gotten the change of address. But eventually, you'll be calling somebody. I don't know why the neighbor across the street called somebody. The house is too new for termites. Maybe he's having trouble with rodents. Maybe he's having trouble with rats. I mean, all the animals in this neighborhood have no idea. They don't know they're not on the deed. The last they heard is, that their living got better. Again, 15 minutes, do you need a drink? Okay, as my client. There you go. I'm good, sir. Period. I have water bottles in the car. Are they coming on along? Siding. These are called weep holes for the windows. That's called a weir. The weep hole lets water out. The weir keeps water from getting in, and bugs and stuff. You can buy a whole bag of them for like $12, and we're missing 5 or 6 of them around. But they are moisture infiltration. They will make the report. I also know that on a nice windy March day, I've been in a vacant house, and I was kind of afraid because it was playing like a flute. It was going woo. I'm going, what is that? And it didn't take me very long to figure out that I was missing some weirs. So coming along here, we're on our patio. We do not have Z-bar flashing. When you have siding like this, you do not. We should have Z-bar flashing over the top rail. Okay, excuse me, that's not a rail. The top horizontal casement. Some people call it a trim board. Call it what you will. The side trim boards are not sealed. We want water to come out of the bottom there. We're missing our weep holes. The windows themselves should have had Z-bars. Z-bars should have been there, and Z-bars should have been there. It was a wonderful day yesterday. I was at a house, and they had all the Z-bar on that. Got a nice little gap in there. How about that? Okay, our electric receptacle outlet has not been installed. Does it work? I don't know. So our yard is supposed to slope to make a swale. That's what they're doing. They're trying to sculpt the yard so that the moisture runs around the house and out towards the front street. Going counterclockwise here. Moving on along, how are we doing on our sealant over here? Okay, we got sealant here, but we just don't have it on the sides of the windows. Alright, we've got soffit vents. This vent here is your fresh air induction vent. That's a good thing because this is a tight house. And it brings fresh air in. In certain parts of the country, they don't like to see screens on those. We're worried about birds. So over here, that's our local municipality, as our local regional codes. But that's the way we do it. That's the way we do it right there, is we put screens on that. Coming along, looking around. We don't have the Z-bar flashing, don't have the Z-bar flashing. We don't need Z-bar flashing over here because we got brick. We got brick, and these lintels are holding it up. See these 2 pipes coming out here? Okay, those pipes are your HVAC evaporator coil secondary drain pipes, emergency drain pipes. So when water's coming out of that, you look out the window, you see water coming down, you know you need an air conditioning guy out here. These holes right here along the sides, okay, those are called weep holes, kind of like the windows. I was explaining the weeps in the windows. We got weep holes around the foundation perimeter, and then we've got lintels. It's metal that holds the brick up. So we've disrupted the drainage plane. We need weep holes over the lintels. The drainage plane, what are you talking about? Brick is a wonderful material, wonderful building material. This house can burn down and you can reuse the brick. It's a great insulator. So it's going to be good for your energy bills, and it's going to keep your house quiet so you don't have to listen to your neighbors argue and all that kind of stuff. You know? So brick is porous. Water goes right through it. And we know that. So we build our houses so that they dry out in a reasonable amount of time. This is why you don't want your lawn sprinkler system hitting it. This is good for a storm. Okay, you got a rainy week, you're good. The house was built. Architecture is regional. We know that. We have a drainage plane behind here. I was wondering if I could find an unfinished house around here to use as an example. So it comes out here. Most of the time you're not going to see anything come out of there. Most of the time it's going to be vapor. But we need weep holes. We need weep holes. We don't need weep holes on wooden siding. Okay? So that's why we have the weep holes over the windows. Don't seal those up. And be glad that you got brick. Brick's about the best building material in this region, in my humble opinion. Okay, and we got some stonework here, and we got neighbors and stuff. Now here's a thing that's kind of interesting, is this garage door is crooked. I'm almost afraid to close it. I don't want to tear it up too bad. Now it's not so crooked. Maybe it's just an optical illusion. We should have a kick-out flashing right there. The rain gutter, when it comes, it should stop about 1 inch away from the siding. The rain gutter should carry the water about 10 feet away from the structure. The builders are notorious about not terminating the rain gutters, or terminating the rain gutters too close to the house. They're notorious about that. They'll put a little splash block in there. A lot of times they turn around backwards. Whatever. I don't know what the game is, but it's supposed to take it at least 10 feet away from the house. Sometimes the best thing is to take it into the ground and it pops up out. You know, grading and drainage, grading and drainage, grading and drainage. You want to make sure, okay? I'm not going to be here for this. I'm not going to be here when the sod comes in. I don't know how level this is going to be. But if water collects here, the builder will tell you if it doesn't dry within 48 hours, we consider that a problem. No, that's evaporation. That's not drainage. They're passing the buck. And in 5 years, when you sell the house, I come around and I'm liable to tell, watch your drainage. They say, well, let it ride for a while, you know. They're hoping you'll forget. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but don't worry, they'll forget. I've heard the conversations. This is the gas piping coming into the house. It's the north side of the house. It's the north side of the downstairs guest bedroom. Okay, the gas is not bonded here, but it's bonded at the water heater. Okay, we've got these, and that got me on the whole conversation. I never finished, but no time like the present. That's not very pretty, is it? That's the bathroom vent. These are called control joints. Some people call them expansion joints. Call them what you will. We have them in the street. You don't have this much brick in North Texas and not expect it to move. And so hopefully this takes the stress so you don't get the zigzag cracks and all that in your mortar and have to have your brick repointed at some time. Hopefully this helps control the movement, minimizes the damage. Okay, moving on along. There's another control joint. Still working on our fence. These are called soffit vents, which is kind of amazing because when I go up into the attic, I've already been into the attic. When we saw the attic videos, we saw continuous soffit baffles. So I guess you can't have enough soffit baffles, but you've got more soffit baffles than you do soffits. There's nothing wrong with that.